So good afternoon, everyone. Today we will be discussing about legitimes. So legitime, as defined in the New Civil Code of the Philippines, refers to the portion of a decedent's estate that is reserved by law for compulsory heirs and cannot be freely disposed of by the testator. Article 886 of the Civil Code states, Legitime is that part of the testator's property which he cannot dispose of because the law has reserved it for certain heirs who are therefore called compulsory heirs. Next slide, please. For our group members, we have Ms. Gotico Precious Ray, we have Ms. Martinez Minela K, I myself, Peralta Maika Pagis, Ms. C. Zefania Chantal, and Ms. Villanueva Robbie. So to illustrate further the legitime, so we have decided to use our family tree as an example. So if I am the testator and my civil status is single, next slide please. The applicable laws is Article 889 and Article 890. So Article 889 provides that the legitime of legitimate parents or ascendants consists of one half of the hereditary estates of their children and descendants. Article 890 provides that the legitime reserved for the legitimate parents shall be divided between them equally. If one of the parents should have died, the whole shall pass to the survivor. So next slide, please. So to illustrate, if I am the testator, my parents will be the compulsory heirs. So my parents are Chodora Peralta and Samuel Peralta. So let's say we have a net hereditary income of 2 million pesos. So the article provides that half of 2 million will be provided equally to my compulsory heir. So we have 500,000 pesos for my mother and 500,000 pesos for my father, which is a total of 1 million pesos. So the free portion is 1 million pesos. Next slide. So if I get married, my compulsory heir will become my husband and my children. So to illustrate, rather the applicable laws for if I get married. Next slide, please. So the applicable laws is Article 892, Paragraph 2. If there are two or more legitimate children or descendants, the surviving spouse shall be entitled to a portion equal to the legitime of each of the legitimate children or descendants. So next slide, please. For example, my husband is still alive and we have two children and I have a net hereditary income of 2 million pesos. So the article provides that the amount of the hereditary income that my compulsory heirs will receive will be equal. So we have 500,000 each for my children and another 500,000 for the surviving spouse or my husband. So the free disposable portion is 500,000 pesos. Next slide, please. So for another instance, we have if my father is the testator. So next slide, please. The applicable law if the father is the testator is Paragraph 2 of Article 892. If there are two or more legitimate children or descendants, the surviving spouse shall be entitled to a portion equal to the legitime of each of the legitimate children or descendants. So, for example, my father has a net hereditary income of 2 million pesos. So, the amount that we will receive, so my siblings, Mark Peralta, Majely C, and Micah Peralta, we will receive an equal portion of 333,000, which if we add to is 1 million pesos. So the article provides that the surviving spouse shall also receive an equal portion such that the legitimate children will receive. So the surviving spouse, my mother, will receive 333,000 and 333 pesos as well. So if we add them, so we get 1,333,000, and if we subtract it from 2 million, the free disposable portion is 666,666 and 67 centavos. So next slide, please. So let's say that the testator is my grandfather, Pedro Peralta. Pedro Peralta is my father's father. So My father has six they are six siblings in total. So the applicable laws for if the situation is that the grandfather is the testator is Article 888. So Article 888 provides that the legitimate children and descendants consist of one half of the hereditary estate of the father and of the mother. So next slide. So let's say the net hereditary income of my grandfather Pedro Peralta is 2 million pesos. So the article provides that the half of his hereditary income shall be divided equally to each of his children. So my father has five other siblings. So in total they are six children of Pedro Peralta. So if we divide 1 million pesos to six, we get so the siblings will get 166,667 equal portions. And the free disposable portion is half of 2 million, which is 1 million pesos. Next slide. So for the insight, the Legitime ensures that compulsory heirs receive a legally mandated portion of the deceased's estate regardless of the decedent's wishes as expressed in their will. It is a legal safeguard to prevent unjust disinheritance and ensure family members are supported after a loved one's death. Thank you.